Right now, most of the people seem like they are not enjoying Minecraft at all, with their complaints about progression, exploration, small updates, performance, and so much more. People simply want upgrades. So that's why I thought, why instead of always upgrading the game, simply just downgrade it in terms of the graphics? Yeah, I know this might be the dumbest experiment that you'll see done in Minecraft for your entire life, I think. But hey, people love doing stupid things in the game and they also love watching it, so why don't I just do something similar too? Because why not? So that's what I'm gonna be doing, because with the help of mods we can achieve absolutely mind-blowing graphics for the game, which can almost look like real life, but at the same time we can downgrade the graphics so badly that it will be comparable to a game from 40 years ago. I'm also gonna compare the performance to see how better it eventually becomes, so here are my full PC specs. I have 16GB of RAM allocated for Minecraft and I'm using 1080p resolution at 144Hz refresh rate, and now without further ado, let's begin. Alright, I'm gonna start slowly. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock the maximum amount of frames per second, and I'm gonna be starting off with this. This is Minecraft running with complementary unbound shaders with Euphoria patches on top of them. And I'm also using Distant Horizons. Now, I could have used Bliss or other popular shaders that are compatible with DH, but for me, complementary shaders will always remain as the best shaders for Minecraft, especially with the Euphoria patches. But this video is about downgrading Minecraft and not upgrading it, so obviously, the first thing that I'm doing is simply disabling the shaders. This is what Minecraft looks like without shaders. Some people may say that it looks awful, but for me, it's far from true. Not gonna lie, it's kinda insane how good the Distant Horizons mod has progressed over the past years, because it simply has no visual issues, bugs, or whatsoever. I mean, I can't even tell if I'm using Distant Horizons unless I look really closely or just zoom in, and well, I'm getting a decent 200 frames per second with around 70 FPS, 1% lows. For someone who doesn't understand, just remember that the closer the 0.1 and 1% lows are to the actual frame rate, the better and smoother the actual gameplay is. Basically, the higher the better. And I'm disabling Distant Horizons. Now it's pretty much vanilla Minecraft, getting about 340 FPS with about 100 FPS on 1% lows, which is a little better. So now I'm starting to make my Minecraft look a whole lot more ugly. To start with, I'm gonna shrink my render distance to the minimum, aka to 2 chunks. Right now my game is at 24, and already setting this option to 2 is enough for people to start asking, how is this even playable? Because why would anyone ever play with the render distance set to 2 in vanilla Minecraft? But equally, this render distance is enough to drastically increase your performance, because right now I'm getting at least 1000 frames per second and 0 to 1 millisecond of response time. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna turn off every single option in the settings to minimum, and I'm gonna simply go through all of them, starting off with the quality tab, obviously turning the graphics mode to fast, and here I see a slight performance boost, and now the 1% lows are at least at 140 FPS, and I can definitely feel the performance boost as well. Alright, moving on. I'm not really sure for what kind of settings these checkboxes stand for. I assume that these stand for some sort of texture connecting. I don't know, it just isn't stated here properly. I'm just turning these off. Clouds, weather, leaves, particles, smooth lighting, biome blend, entity distance, entity shadows, vignette, and map levels. Turning everything to minimum or turning off if possible. And now my game looks something like this. I think if I turn on the Programmer Pack Resource Pack, which if you didn't know changes every Minecraft texture that was made before 1.14 to the classic one, then my game would have no differences compared to the old versions in terms of the visual aspect, of course. Yeah, I don't see any big difference here. But hey, now the performance is at 1300 frames per second and my 1% lows are now better than ever. Alright, moving forward and skipping the performance and advanced tab because there is nothing really special in there. Animations tab. Yoink. So now Minecraft without animations is like, why does this option even exist? I mean, I genuinely don't understand people who will ever play like this, because it really looks confusing. Just take a look at this. It looks like my game just froze, but yeah, everything is running and nothing is frozen. And it is applied for pretty much every animation in the game except for the mob ones. Particles. It's about to get a whole lot worse. Just like the percentage of people who aren't subscribed to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to me and help me get to 10k subs by the end of summer, since only 2% of people watching subscribe. No pressure, of course. And that's how it apparently looks like. I don't understand why people would ever choose to play with this kind of graphics. In fact, we are getting closer to the worst graphics possible. So, details. Alright, disabling sky, stars, sun, moon, weather, biome colors, and sky colors. We now don't have a sun, neither do we have a moon. Let's see how rain looks though. Yeah, only the sky looks a little darker because it's raining, but equally it isn't. Alright, the final render tab. At this point, our game just cannot go below 1000 frames per second either. It is the final tab that has some visual changing options, so we're using that. Light updates. Only disable this if you know what you're doing. Oh yeah, that's why I am disabling everything here. So apparently we now have no light updates at all, which makes our game look like this. Also, what's worth mentioning is that by disabling the things starting from the animations tab, my game started to show not a significant performance boost. That means that the things that I disabled didn't have much performance impact, but whatever, my game now cannot render armor stands, paintings, item frames, beacon beams, and even name tags. So now we've already made almost the absolute worst graphics in an already simple game in terms of graphics, yet somehow bad vanilla performance, and I am about to add final ingredients to this. And I need two more things for that: a resource pack and an additional mod. Starting off with the resource pack, I'm disabling my favorite dark mode resource pack that many people who can't read description are asking me about, and which I have been using for almost years now, and replacing it with this pack right here. Yeah, this is what it looks like now. Straight up like an unfinished block game that was made like 2 days ago. Look at the items in my hand. Look at the mobs. And yes, this is the 1x1 resource pack. Now, I could have finished my video here if not one thing: the resolution. It's still at 1080p. Apparently, I can change the resolution in the settings down to 640p, but there is a way to go even lower than that. By using the mod resolution control plus, which was probably made to take higher quality screenshots, by having a lower quality resolution monitor in the first place, we can now change our resolution in game to a very low one, down to 1:1 pixel, which looks like this. Now, this isn't watchable, so I'm changing it to 20 by 11 pixels, and that's how it looks like right now. Yeah, that is not playable at all, but hey, 2000 frames per second, and yeah, that's it. Now, quick comparison how Minecraft have looked before, and this is how it looks now. Literally the worst Minecraft experience imaginable. So now you know how Minecraft with the worst graphics imaginable looks like. Have a great rest of your day. Subscribe.